See if anyone comes in, and I'll just crochet my top. I've nearly finished. Well, I've not nearly finished. I have nearly finished, sort of, but see if any peeps come in from the Yokota family. Let me count these a minute. Somebody's there. Hi, Breath Blue. Finally, I caught you live. You did. Are you American? I did say I'd come on a bit later on a Friday to get people in. Hi, Mark. Hi, Faylight. I just need to count these a minute. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh. Yes, my cardigan is I've done one arm. I've not stitched it down the side yet. I'll show you one in a minute. I've done one arm. Look at that for an arm with the cuff. And I'm on the other cuff, which I could probably finish on here, but then I won't be able to concentrate. I'll just put it on a minute. I'll show you, but like I've got a ball of wool connected to it, so it is. I've got my pajamas on, by the way. I like to have to hold my ball of wool with it yarn. I've got a bit of a bad back today, that's why I'm sitting up here, because our couch is rubbish. It's an old one. I'm getting a new one. I'm getting a Chesterfield, a gorgeous leather Chesterfield, but it's not coming till May or whenever because they've got to make it. It was expensive. So look at it. Oh my God. So there's the arm. It's going to be a bit longer in length and it's going to have more of an edging across here. So it'll come to about here. I might make my own buttons, we'll see. But see, could do it with a short arm. But I don't like things that are down here. But it's at the right length for me, that. So thank you. Oh, children in the house. Watch out, taxis. We've got a child in the house. Obviously, there's never been with a woman or anything, so they have to come in saying stupid things. Oh God, there's always one at this time, isn't there? Mind you, there's more than one, isn't it? Probably shouldn't be up at this time. But anyway, that's expected, isn't it? Especially when there's a woman on the internet. Jesus Christ, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I've got this far. You see the twinkles? Didn't put a lot of I've got to stitch the sides up, obviously I've just got markers on them. A little bit of a twinkle. I didn't put loads in, it was only in these squares. So it'll have an edging around here and down, so I might put a hood on it. I don't know yet. I don't know, because this was for the summer solstice, because it's made out of cotton as well. It's not polyester or anything like that. It's going to be hot and sweaty. So yeah, and it's got them on the back as well. Look at the twinkle. Twinkle. So yeah, hang on a minute. It's funny that guy just came in and said that, because there's something I want to talk about that I was watching last night and today that I just think is part of the beast system. The beast system. Hi, user MP. But yeah, yes, if you've got a wrench in chat, just be aware. Why haven't... Hang on a minute. Just let me check. I think just check Mark. I've put you. You're a moderator as well. You've been in a long time. That guy was creep. Honestly, I might start the chat off with that actually, because of something me and my fellow were watching last night. You know, I know all men aren't like that, but yeah. So yeah, so this is the cardigan, that's the back. And like I said, I'm working on this other arm now. How, what? What do you mean, how? Have I missed something? Yeah, so I need to find the crochet hook. The crochet, well, I've just put in. Oh, but I'm sat on it. So, where's it gone? Oh my God. They won't be doing it because I can't find it. I think I've just lost it somewhere. Dropped it on the floor. No. Oh, here it is. Oh, what's that on it? Yeah, taxi waiting. Yeah, because you know, especially at this time of night, and if it goes on a bit later, you know, there's going to be some taxis, people. Taxis, people. Will you ever sell your sweater? Yeah, I'm going to. What I'm trying to do is, I'm making myself one. I like to do when I make things. I like to make things for myself as a tester, and then I've made them before. Like a one size. You know, they're not like fitted, so they probably fit quite a few sizes. So when I get a few things up, I will put them on the Depop. There's a few bags over there and a few things. I didn't put some of the jewellery on from last week. Or did I? I think I did. I might not have done. But yeah, I can put them on there. I'm testing that before the website. But yeah, I will be doing that. I don't think I'll be doing like made to order. I think I'll just be doing some because anyone knows how long these take. They take a long time. I mean, I'm pretty fast at some stuff. And don't know if you remember the earrings. I've got the earrings in today, so I'm going to make some more of these. I don't know if you can see. Remember the earrings I was showing? Don't know if you can see. So we've got amethyst, star, moon, drop, hug earrings. But can they ship to Hawaii? If I found out how much they were and someone paid for the shipping, because I know with stuff that's going on in the world at the minute, probably shipping's probably quite like probably extortionate. But I do believe that will change in the future because we should be all connecting that way and buying and selling to whoever we want to, you know, whoever likes people's things. That's how I think it will go. People moan about, oh, Trump and the tariffs and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 and this is that way. Yeah, for a little bit, because that's to do with other things, but especially things like, for example, we've got our own oil that we can use in the North Sea that we should be using. We don't need to be buying it somewhere. So they're putting tariffs on somewhere. If they're doing it like it's costing us a lot of money, and it's like, why we don't need to then, do we? We just need to go and get our own because everywhere's got their own. But yeah, that's a whole other thing. But anyway, I think people will get what I mean. But I'd love to ship all over. I've always made things. I'm always making things. I've had, I think, a bag go to Australia a few years back. I think I had a bag and some jewellery and some pictures gone to America before. Obviously, if I find out the price, I have to just put it on top of the price of whatever the thing is. Crochet items are not cheap because I'll just educate some people out there in case they don't know. Knitting can be replicated on a machine, but crochet, I'll show you, is done by one hook, and you can a machine cannot replicate crochet. You will see cheap versions of crochet, and it's like a mesh sort of thing. Sure, I've got something here where they call it crochet and they'll sell it in shops or the cheap places like Temu. Sorry, I don't shop at them places. And they're not the replica. People who don't know what crochet is probably wouldn't know it's just this sort of look-alike thing, but you can tell it's not. It's like a cheap, nasty version. But yeah, it can't be replicated, and that's what I love about it, because this is made by hand. It takes hours and hours, days, depending on what you're doing, and a lot of love and attention's put into it. So I'll show you a little bit. Yeah, it looks different. Yeah, the fake crochet is like, when you get up to it close, you can see. So a machine can't do this. This is why I was saying the other day when I did a post, we've got AI helping us with lots of things now, which is great. Some people scream about it like, oh my God, it's bad, it's that. Yeah, because they put that out in the movies. It depends what's programmed it. who's behind it, whatever. But it does help us with all sorts of different things. But the only things I'm not into with it is, and I'm not knocking people who do it, is art and stuff like that. There's a lot of people who do, like, now you can tell it to do something, it'll do it for you. But I'm not into that. I like my original, intuitive own art. That's not made up by something else of you telling something to do something and it's doing it for you. 'Cause to me, that's not using your imagination or your creativity. Sorry, that's just how I feel. And there'll be more sought after original handmade things, art and stuff like that, because it'll be more sought after, because anyone can tell AI to do something, to write them something or draw them something. And normally you have to say that it's AI generated because people want to know. You can normally tell. So a machine can't do this. It can't do the looping. So they can't do everything. So I'm just hooking this up here, going in there. So it can't do that. It can't, yeah, people can't think for themselves. Exactly. Like I said, I think it's good in balance. Sometimes, look, I've used it helping me out with stuff if I've had to word something and ask something about business or whatever, and it'll give you links and hints and stuff like that. But yeah, not to the point where it's like, was it the kids' film? Wally? Not Where's Wally? Wally, the robot where everybody's fat, everybody's sat in it's like a scooter without wheels, and everybody's buying and obviously consuming. We know about consuming. To the extent where nobody's thinking, they're not doing anything, are they? They're nothing. That's where they want us, obviously, unconscious uh, consumers. But yeah, but that's where me and my fella come in. We're like conscious consumers, because he's trying to do things. He's actually got a market stall in our area now, just a tester to see, because he's doing organic cotton teas and stuff. I'm using it in my stuff that I'm doing, cottons, and I want to be doing wools. I don't want to be doing things like, I practice with it, like acrylic and stuff like that. One, I'm a woman of a certain age going through certain things. They get very hot, but I like being hot. So this is cotton. It's cooler. It's thicker, but it's cooler. And then nice wool and different wools and things I want to try. So it means, yeah, they'll be a little bit more expensive, because if people didn't know, when you're buying polyester and acrylics and stuff like that, a lot of them are chemical. They have a lot of chemicals in them. And if you think about it, a lot of you probably know this in chat anyway, they're actually quite toxic to your body and your skin. And I was thinking, yeah, you're getting women going through the menopause are getting hot. A lot of these, yeah, I was looking chatting, synthetic materials are not good. They don't let you breathe. That's why I put certain stuff on years ago. Like, oh my God, I'm really hot. You need things like linen and cotton and hemp and stuff like that. So, that's what we used to have years ago. Linen was very healing. They used to have it in the hospitals and stuff like that, bed sheets and things like that. So, we're looking into, what's the word? What's the word? Yeah, organic. When you're using things in, oh my God, what's the word? Hang on. People can't think of stuff. I was just thinking that's part of the bad plan, is to get us to wear all the synthetics. Yeah, so when they're pushing Timu, I'm sorry, and all these cheap clothing, and like, I see people on TikTok selling certain clothing, I'm like, yeah, it might look nice from afar, but it's all synthetic. I'm not saying I've not got synthetic stuff in here, I have, but trying to weed them out, because there's a lot in everywhere, you know what I mean? But people will go, oh yeah, I got this for this much on Temu, or I got this on here. It's cheap. It's cheap for a reason. One, it's nasty material. It is nasty material. You can't breathe in it. It is a push from that side, because you look into it, it's not good for us. So it's best to have like nice pieces that might be a little bit more expensive, quality pieces that you're definitely going to wear. How many people, especially women, and it's not just women, because men probably do as well, but because I'm not into fashion and I'm just not really bothered about it. I just wear what I like, but we'll just have clothes all the time. If they're going out, they have all these clothes, and none of them are probably, I'm not saying all of them, quality and stuff like that. So yeah, I believe it's a push, but what, it's sustainable. We're trying to do sustainable stuff. So Yeah. And that's why in my jewellery I tend to do metals, obviously. I love copper as well. I'll be doing a lot more copper jewellery, crystals, glass, glass beads, things like that. I don't really like using plastics and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I even asked AI once, about certain, I was asking about yarns and stuff, and it was saying it's not always because the things like acrylic, plastic based, whatever, it's the chemicals that go into it. So, you know, and if you didn't know that about materials and things, go and look into it. You never know. That's why you might be having problems. And also, I'll tell you what else was pushed by the dark side. Women exercising, wearing, all the young girls today all look like they're at the gym or they're going to the gym or they're pretending they're looking like they're going to the gym because all they ever wear is gym gear. The gym gear, like leggings, you've got to be careful where you get them from because this will be men as well. When a woman's wearing leggings quite tight around certain areas, they found out the chemicals in those certain fabrics with these leggings can make women infertile. So there's all that as well. But they get us on many levels. So yeah, yeah. So I'm looking into my cottons. Because this one you can get thin, and this is quite a thick cotton. It's weighty this, so it's going to last a while as well. But I might put a hood on it. I don't know. So yeah, like I was saying, machine cannot replicate. My friend came round once when she went, I bought this lovely crochet top for £20 in Wales on the pier in Llandudno, and I went, £20. I went, that's a bit cheap. I went, I bet it's not crochet. And she showed me, and I went, it's a nice top, but I said it's not crochet. And she was like, oh. I said it's not crochet. It would never be £20. The more stuff that we are aware of, the quicker we vibrate higher. Exactly. And that's another reason, Breath Blue, where the Great Awakening, no matter where you are with it or who you think's good, bad, whatever, blah, 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 the Great Awakening, some people say, oh, you've not got a, what you're looking at that for? Don't go down them rabbit holes. It's nothing to do with that. It's about being aware of what's been going on in this satanical system we've been in. And yes, go down them rabbit holes, but make sure you come back up. A lot of us who talk about Q and stuff, we're not mad, angry people, shouting and screaming. We might have done years ago because everyone goes through that phase, but I'm very optimistic. What's coming is beautiful. I believe in the golden age. I know that's coming in. If there's people that don't, and they're all in the shouty, moody, woe is me, victim state mentality, negativity, stay on that timeline. You'll stay on that timeline. We're not going. We're raising our vibrations higher because it's higher consciousness. But because people who realise that when becoming aware, they do vibrate higher, and they see other people that are vibrating higher, because we understand what's going on, especially in this spiritual war we're in, and the military operation that's going on. And yeah, there's shit going on, and it isn't about focusing on it too much. It's just I don't want to not see what happens at the end. It's a bit like Mark Atwood. He said that a few weeks ago. We've been on this ride, like I say with Q, from the beginning. And there's no way I ain't going to be looking at what's going on at the end of it. But I'm not mega involved, as in I'm sat there every day like, oh my god. I've done all that. I've not even been looking this week really what's been going on. There's a few snippets I think I've took off. Might be able to find on my phone, but there's a knowing. And I said this years ago, even with Trump, there was a knowing with him. He wasn't a bad person. Q was real. People, like I said, people who don't research properly don't know. Hello, my turn. How are you? So, someone put something up about Q today, actually. Q's everywhere at the minute, more than ever. It's amazing. I'm just going in chats now, people shouting Q out and this, that, and the other. It's great stuff. So, let me see if I can find any bits and bobs. But yeah, how is everybody in chat today anyway? Let me have a look, see if I can find anything. Oh, Trump had was it Messi, the football player? Not that I know who anybody is. At the White House. You better be watching the World Cup. Oh my God, how many people watch it? How many eyes on will be watching it? Interesting. And then I just got a number 55 on this, just came up on Instagram. 5555. Let me have a look. See if I can bring anything up on here. I'm sure there was something I was going to read out. Hi all. Good, thanks. Good. EB88. I'm just. Sometimes I'm on here and I'm like, wow, what am I doing? Where's that? We have 25 days of the fuel left. They are holding it back and giving us dirty fuel. Lots of stations. Yeah, there's all that shite going on, but don't forget, they have got loads of fuel everywhere. Trump was saying that the other day. But I mean, they're playing dirty at the minute. But I think we knew that. Don't worry, people. Yeah, you know they're going to play dirty a little bit. But that's, yeah. And didn't put another Supreme Leader in, but he's in a coma and he got his arms and legs blown off because he won't be around either. They can keep trying to put one in, but it ain't going to happen, is it? And we've got We Are the Wilders in. How are you all? Just, yeah, if you've got anything, We Are the Wild, you can always send it me. I'm just trying to bring up I'm sure there was something on Instagram. Let me have a look. Might even been off yours, I don't know. I saw something. Yeah, here it is. I thought I'd read this out for all the Q haters out there. Good, thank you. How are you? I'm good. Got a bit of a sore back though from my crappy couch. So this was off Instagram. I think you follow him as well. That manifesting Marin or something like that. Although, anyway, the 17th letter also brought awareness to child trafficking and child abductions for satanic rituals. Q also asked how many in our government worship Satan. So ask yourself, why does 17 get attacked so much? Yeah, why does it get attacked so much? You can't think why. And then underneath, it says, if you're posting about Q in a negative way, you're essentially going against an operation that systematically brought Jeffrey Epstein and the Rothschild banking system to the centre stage of the majority of the world to discover via social media. Do you really want to be against that? And you want to do it publicly using your IP address. And on top of all of that, you want to do it with pride and arrogance, like you're talking down to those that support it. I was like, these people are stupid. Mr. Perwinkle, is it? First time I've caught you live, just wanted you to know how charming, lovely and uplifting you are. Very classic. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know, but thank you anyway. I said I'd come on a bit later. There might have been something else yet. So why do you think Q's attacked so much? Can't think why. And then we'll just have a listen to Prince Charles. I won't say the king, yeah. In I think it was 19. Let me have a look. I'm sure this is 1980 something, I think. Let me have a look. Anyway, we'll just have a listen to him years ago, shall we? Knowing everything that's going on now.
Islam is part of our past and our present. In all, Islam is to devout Muslims.
Oh, I'm gone.
And I do not just mean Islam is part of our past and our present in all fields of human endeavor. It has helped to create modern Europe. It is part of our own inheritance, not a thing apart. Islam can teach us today a way of understanding and living in the world which Christianity itself is the poorer for having lost. Our judgment of Islam has been grossly distorted by taking the extremes to be the norm. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a serious mistake. It is like judging the quality of life in Britain by the existence of murder and rape, child abuse, drug addiction. The extremes do exist and they must be dealt with, but when used as a basis to judge society, they lead to distortion and unfairness. We in the West need also, I think, to understand the Islamic world's view of us. There is nothing to be gained and much harm to be done, it seems to me, by refusing to comprehend the extent to which many people in the Islamic world genuinely fear our own Western materialism and mass culture as a deadly challenge to their Islamic culture and way of life. The fact is that our form of materialism can be offensive to devout Muslims, and I do not just mean the extremists among them. Islam is part of our past.
Well, I'll tell you what, you can go and live over there then. England's England at the end of the day. It says aged well, and it's got a question mark. Do you think William is good? I don't think any of them are. Really? No. Probably like his father. No. Because I think they're all born into it. Yeah, sausage fingers. Harry, I don't know, because we know that's not really Charles's child, don't we? But you know, they probably all think it's normal. If I comment on that, the old bill will come knocking. You know what I mean, though? It's one of them. It's like, we ain't got to move over out of our country and bow down to this, that, and the other because another culture doesn't like it or whatever. And I'm not saying, you know, people say, oh, it's Muslims. No, it's not Muslims. It's extreme Islam. You know what I'm saying? We all know what it is. So, whatever. But then again, we all know what, I won't say King, Prince Charles is a part of. So the world is run by satanic paedophiles. Anyone watching this after all now who doesn't know that, your head must be on holiday, because most people know that or are waking up to it or have been recently waking up to it and everything that goes on with that. And that's why I say again and again, the Great Awakening is amazing, but it's crackers at the same time. His father said if you was to come back, reincarnate, he would come back as yeah, I remember that. Come back as virus. He's a virus. No, why would I say that? No, I don't praise anybody. Sorry, I don't praise anybody. And I don't like Starmer now. I don't like Starmer. I know what they push and everything like that. It's to do with extremist, Satanist. But yeah, so, you know, like the regime that's been over Iran, same thing. Not the people, the regime. We don't want that. We're not having it. We're not having Sharia law here either. So yeah, because that's what they're trying to do in most countries. People are, no. Diana knew that they were really what they really were, which is why they have sealed the Yeah, exactly. She knew. Definitely. So we said it was coffee and conspiracies. So well, people beginning to learn. We already know these conspiracies that are what. There's not really many conspiracies left, are there? What was that thing that I put up about the scientists are running out of conspiracies? Where is it that I put? Because they've all been coming true, haven't they? As we know, the CIA made the word up conspiracy to make people look stupid. So, where did I put it? What's your best so-called conspiracy? That's not a conspiracy. Oh, let me see. Where was it? Oh, we got the go out and get yourself a conspiracy theorist friend. You're going to need one to explain what's happening. There it is. Scientists warn that Earth could run out of conspiracy theorists by 2025. This was obviously put out a while ago. If they keep coming true at this current rate. Exactly. Because, you know what I mean? Yeah, reptiles, exactly. They got that reptilian energy. Oh, let me have a laugh with the dowsing sticks. Should we do dowsing sticks? Should we ask if they're reptilian? This is just entertainment purposes only. It's just for a laugh. You know, I might as well use them. I've had them for a while. So we've got crossing together is a yes, and going out is a no with my dowsing sticks. So Is King Charles a reptilian? Yes. I also see that as thank you, an energy. We have a reptilian brain, but I think they're more in that. When people go, "What do you mean reptilian?" Some people say, like David Icke, they've seen them morph. Maybe because they can see their energy. Maybe so. Maybe it's their energy they carry because they're too much in the reptilian brain. To me, cold-blooded, cold, don't care. Obviously, these things that go on with the kids, they don't care. They're cold-blooded. So that's how I sort of see it. Whatever. So what else should we ask it for a laugh? What should we ask? Who else? entertainment entertainment purposes only. Yeah, I'm in the PJs. Entertainment people. Can't even speak. Anybody in chat? See, what they do is these move, but these bits don't. So it helps them swing round. So obviously dowsing sticks were used to find water and the ley lines, but you can ask them questions of yes and no. Why are you going to get a bigger solar flash? Are we going to get a bigger solar? I don't know. Are we going to get, what did you say? Can't see it now. Hang on. Are we going to get a big solar flash in April? Yes. The solar flashes, though, I think people always think we're having this big bang of light or something, but I just think it's the energies. And I think people have been feeling certain things going on. Anybody else want to ask a question? Just for entertainment, I can't say that word, entertainment purposes only. I've got my cards out here as well. We're having a bit of a whatever night tonight. Oh, I know. Hang on. Will Starmer be going this year? It's a slow yes. It's a yes. It's slow. Maybe it could be mid-year or something. More Christ consciousness waking up is what I feel. Yeah, definitely. David Wilcock's video I will send to you. Oh yeah, God, I've not seen him for ages. Will we see the God? Oh, I believe we will. But let me ask. Will, hang on, calm down. Will we see the golden age in our generation? Yes, that was very fast. I believe that. Some people are like, oh, we're not going to see it in our generation. It'll be for the next generation. I mean, this is why we're doing what we're doing. But we will. We will. We definitely will. It's going to be, I'm sure Q said, the last one will be magical. It's going to be done quite quickly when all this, I mean, it is dropping every day. But yeah, it's not going to be years and years and years. And it's a bit like, what do they say? The 1,000 years reign of the golden age. It's like that thing in it. Do we have so much time of good? It's not that bad's never going to get in again. But we have a reign of the golden age, good times for 1,000 years, and then maybe it all starts again. Whatever, there's many different things out there, and you can take and leave things and grow and think I'm not into that anymore. And but yeah, we'll definitely see it in our generation. St. David Walker. Well, anybody else got a question for entertainment purposes only? Oh yeah, let's do Trump as time traveler. I'll have a look. I mean, I've got the lot. I can't remember the name of the book. Baron Trump's Magical Adventures and The Last President book and time traveling. Right, I'll just ask that question before I look on my phone. Is the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, a time traveller? There you go. Right, let me look on my phone. Right, I've not heard this, seen it. I don't think so. I'll play it. We Are the Wild, yeah? I'll play it. She says, yeah. I've been looking into Project Looking Glass. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, got to look into that again. That was all on Q, wasn't it?
world to know about ascension. I would want the world to know.
That's how they know certain things are going to happen.
That we are very, very close. And all the people on the inside know this. This is the key of disclosure. We are very close to some sort of energetic shift that the sun is going to do. There have already been multiple experiments, I've heard this from several insiders, in which they take ordinary folks and they put them into a room and they zap them with the energy that our sun is going to give off when we go through this change and become very blissed out. They start to get really telepathic. They can move things with their mind. Everybody kind of goes.
Is this why they're trying to block the sun? Because I'm not being funny. We'll have a chat about that in a minute.
To a psychedelic trip. Our government knows that this is going to happen, where there's no veil left, where we are wide open to reality.
Yeah, see, every bloody day, I must be a pain in the ass at work. I am one of them people. I'm not quiet about this sort of stuff. I sit near a window at work and I'm like, have you seen the clouds? Have you seen these clouds? Even my fella's like, it's just the weather, Janine, in England. No, it's not. We got told by the government last year, not that we got told by the government last year, they put it out to the normies that they were going to put more clouds in the sky to dim the sun and they were going to bounce it off the clouds, right? Keeps everyone depressed anyway. But I said, the whole sky has been covered in shitty cloud. It's not because it's winter or it's that time of year. It's not. There's blue sky underneath it when it actually decides to come out, and we had a day the other week of a bit of sun. It's been raining. It's just one big grey cloud. And if it's not grey, it's one thin white, I call it smoggy cloud, smoggy blanket. I don't know what to call it. No, we didn't used to have that sort of weather. People think, oh, it's global. What? No, it's not. We know it's chemtrails because you see them all over the sky. Now, there's two things to this of like, there might be 3 or 4, I don't know. We know they were chemtrailing us with certain metals and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. If people aren't awake to that, or anyone comes in who's new and it thinks, oh, what are you talking about? It's like, again, that's for you to go and find out. But also on the flip side of it, some people are saying now they think maybe they're doing it now to stop it from happening so quickly because people need to wake up first, as in like what David Wilcox just said then. Send you some others, I'll have a look in a minute, you know what I mean? But definitely you get codes and things from the sun. So you know that everything needs the sun, hence why they're just not letting us have that much of it at the minute. Or is it because we're waiting for others to wake up? There's that sort of thing. But even on both sides, it's not normal. We don't have that. We don't have cloud like that all the time. It's like, let's see what else has been sent. I know what I was saying then. In my head, it all makes sense. It's when you get the rolling eyes at work when they go, yeah, it's just the weather, and it's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, yeah.
Some think such accurate forecasting and probable deltas defying mathematical possibilities hint at a mythical quantum computer being used.
Phew.
The legend of Project Looking Glass. Not to be confused with Operation Looking Glass, revived after a sighting of the Doomsday plane, January 2026. An E-4B touching down at LAX, the first time in decades, with Secretary Hegseth aboard. Operation Looking Glass existed to keep the nukes ready if the ground burned. A hat tip to a continuity of government scenario. But there were whispers of another looking glass. Not the planes, something deeper, hidden in the desert labs where men in white coats chase shadows. Project Looking Glass, they called it, in the dark corners of bars where old agents drank. A device to peer into time, futures branching like rivers after rain. Evidence? There was some. Not the machine itself, disavowed and buried, but pieces. Stargate, the CIA's remote viewers. Minds reaching out to see what eyes couldn't. They predicted submarines, hostages, with hits that beat chance. Declassified now, yellowed papers and archives. though pop culture offerings like Stranger Things keeps the mystery alive. There are quantum computers at Sandia, entangling light to model what-ifs, futures unspooled in code. And there are war games at Rand, simulations of nukes and escalations, behaviors mapped like enemy terrain, enough to make a man wonder if the conspiracy was just the veil over truth. What's fact? What's fiction? I don't know. What I do know is that we are all capable of being time travelers if we avail ourselves of the indwelling Holy Spirit, the omniscient and ever-present person of the Trinity that can work outside of time and in it, providing revelation to believers where future proves past.
That's a Q saying when future proves past. I've not played the next one yet because that looks like the football thingamajiggy. I was going to say as well, for those that don't know, but I know most in chat do, we're going about energy, time traveling, things like that, and then you have Nikola Tesla, the great Nikola Tesla, and his inventions. And for us that know, Donald Trump's uncle was friends, worked alongside Nikola Tesla, and some papers went missing when so-called had a fire at his lab. And I think John G. Trump give the FBI whatever some of his things, but some were missing. So work that one out. I love it. I love the coupon. I love Nikola Tesla. I love Trump. Hi, Red Eye Jedi. It's all right. We are getting nailed. A big storm in Hawaii. I think it's not natural. Well, God bless Hawaii. Yeah, they do. I mean, people can laugh at it, you know what I mean? But Dubai the other year they said it had gone wrong, their rainmaking machine or whatever it is that they were trying to do over there, and they had all them floods. So people can't say they don't cloud seed. Jeremy Clarkson did a thing on that years ago. They talk about it, but not people are not always listening, are they? Talks about Elon buying out the electric companies in the UK. Yes. I just laugh even more because when they say Trump has always said, what's he said about energy? We all know we're not just talking about, there's energy. We are energy as well because we know we get siphoned off and stuff like that. But there's the energy, like people are looking at like oil, gas, that sort of energy. But there's also free energy. I mean, that's all free anyway. That people think, oh, Greenpeace or something like, oh, you're depleting it. No, it's not being depleted. It's forever giving. But also there's the energy of like things that Nikola Tesla got into and knew about and his devices. I mean, what we're on now is a device from Nikola Tesla, the internet, and stuff. So you're telling me Trump don't know about shit, you know what I mean? Especially with the Q thing, we even quantum computers. There's a lost gospel of Q. Oh, there's so much. And those into Q, I'm not saying that everybody that comes in watching my videos is into Q, but you've got to admit it's everywhere at the minute. It's brilliant. I even saw something, right? So I was getting on with my cardigan yesterday, and I just put Netflix on, and I thought, what's on here? And it was the best is yet to come. I know, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for as well. I think the football, the World Cup's going to be a big major thing because we had Messi at the White House. David Beckham wasn't there. I don't know much about football, but isn't he the owner of something to do with Messi? I don't know. Anyway, Messi the footballer was there. David Beckham wasn't. David's Beckham United though, isn't he? Wonder why he wasn't there. He said it was something to do with, he was with his family. I'm like, was it? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. You're all like, what? I mean, what is all that big thing going on with him and his son? Is it what the media is saying, or do you think there's more into it? Like he's found out what he's found out. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying it makes you go. Things that make you go. Things that make you go. The things that make you go. They're sending us their migrants. Yeah. Do you not think Junior is coming out? I mean, he's out there. when and what that'll happen, I don't know. And I'm glad you've said that, because if anyone has been with me, and I know there's a few in chat from the beginning, I'll play that other thing in a minute. We Are the Wild. I used to do a lot of videos on JFK Jr, his wife, Vincent Fusker. A few got took down, so I don't even know how many is on this channel now, because those were some of the videos that they deleted. Vincent Fusker was at the Trump rallies, which was JFK Jr. We all knew it was. So I was telling a woman at work, because she's a bit awake, and she said her son talks about all this. The pictures are still out there on Google, so you can go and Google it. I did these pictures. You remember when I used to have a computer and I used to put pictures up? I did a whole chat on this. Some of you who've been with me for a while will know. So I said, right, this woman is Caroline, his wife. I said, and if it's him, yeah, hello, George, exactly. Some people in the chat or my trolls and stuff won't have a clue what we're talking about, because they don't understand all this, but there you go. I said, if it's her, it's him. But you could tell the Vincent Fusker was him. There was two Vincent Fuskers, and numerology worked on it and everything. It was crackers. I've even got stuff written down. If I read it now, I wouldn't even know what was going on about. But let me find these pictures, because I had to show her, and she was like, that's definitely her. I said, exactly. There was always people in the background right behind Trump in 2016 and all the rallies and stuff that he had. So find the pictures. You can go and find this yourself if you can't see it on my camera. So that's his wife. And remember, she would have aged now, because it was ages ago. So you remember this? My phone's naff. So that's Caroline when she was younger. And then the woman at the Trump rally in 2016 or whatever it is, that's the same person. She had a hat on. She had a Trump necklace on. Yeah, see, people are saying they remember. And then we had Vincent Fusker. Vincent Fusker's the fedora hat is very going into when he was a child and everything. This is where I say about people researching. If you research, you'll know. I did a lot of research on JFK Jr. A lot of you know that I painted a picture of him. There are a lot of the pictures that were taken. Vincent Fusker at the rallies in the background, and he had a thing saying, he had a plaque saying something. I did a chat on these years ago. And where's the other one? There was. What do you think about people saying he was an artist's son? Oh, I don't know. Any of that, I've just not really bothered about. I was just bothered about them stuff when we were seeing him at the rallies and stuff, and also I watched Melania's film. It was lovely. She's so lovely. She does a lot for the White House and a lot for children. So all the people that poo her wouldn't even be able to do the sort of stuff she does. Wouldn't even be able to be that organised. They're the sort of people that shout stuff out about people and they don't know them. You know what I mean? When you go and watch that, she's lovely. And there was a lot of references to Q, because he said about the Tiffany dress, and Trump was like, that blue dress, Tiffany blue. And she had I call it the Zorro dress on, the black and white dress that was hinting to JFK Jr. He used to have what was it? He had a tattoo like a Z on his arm with a knife or something to do with the military or something he was in. I can't remember, but I think it was a nod at that. She looked very Zorro, and it was black and white and like white hats and that. It was great. It was a lovely film. Melania is so dignified. She is. So the people who go against that, they're just stupid. You know, like, what are they doing? Hang on. JFK Jr. Vincent. And there was one thing on Facebook when I was talking about all this a few years back that I don't think anybody saw apart from me, but I could be wrong. Wasn't that tattoo a Z? It was a Z, but I'm sure it had like a knife through it. It was something to do with military or the 17 in chat. If anyone remembers, I probably have to. Right, here's the Vincent Fuskers. You can tell that's a mask. You can tell that's a mask here, because they caught up with the Vincent Fusker and he was shorter. Is it Vincent Fusker? Oh God, it was hilarious. Vincent Fusker. Z Unit. Was it Z Unit? Yeah, was it like a group he was in, or here's one with her. He was at the rallies. But honestly, it was hilarious. That one had a false nose on, and you could tell. And then there was something with his hands as well, because you can't cheat like noses, hands, and things like that. And then people were like thinking of him like when he was younger, and he's like, he's not younger anymore, and he obviously liked a bit of disguise. And that was a Vincent Fusca and a mock-up of his face together. So yeah, but that was definitely his wife. It's definitely, and we saw loads of people. What a beautiful guy. And also, people go, what are you talking about? He died in a plane crash. Right, yeah, military. I thought that. So he died in a plane crash, but he did an interview. It's hard to find now, I don't know. He might be back up. The day before he flew, he had a cast on his leg, so he wouldn't have been flying. They were apparently parachuting to do what? Jump out of the plane. They knew about it. He knew what was going to happen to him running against Hillary Clinton at the time in 1999 or whatever it was, because of what happened to his dad. He knew all about that. He has to get into a plan with his mate Trump. Because what was his dad shouting out years ago while they assassinated him? The speech that he gave. Shall I find it? If it's on here. Let's see if I can find it. You know, only the pilot and the co-pilot's bodies were found. Yeah, and one of them was a rubber body that the Navy SEALs or whatever they're called practice with. And then the Coast Guard or whatever rang in, and he sounded like JFK Jr. And it was like, oh, there's just so many. He said the words disorientated with something with the where they were, which was a code thing to where Vincent Fusca had left his Trumpmobile, which was this because he was disorientated. He couldn't remember where he left it on Q Street, which was where, if this is all coming back to me, something like his mum and dad first met or had a house or something. It was mental when, nothing is a coincidence. You know what I mean? I did all that chat ages ago. I might not be making sense to anybody in the chat, but I know what I'm talking about. Oh, you know when you know exactly. Junior and Caroline were disguised as the Zini's on the TV report on the crash, both there. Back to the camera. Oh, God, it was so funny. Let me see if they've actually got the speech on here. Is it this one? Yeah, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment.
Democrats.
That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control.
I know, Red Edge Jedi,
And no
brilliant.
official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental,
It's going off in a minute.
not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Yeah. And then I've just seen this. Some people might not like him, but I've just seen this as well. Yeah, straight talking. That was the speech before they took him out. So Trump has been with Messi, and now I've just seen 5 hours ago. Yeah, very powerful. He's with Jake Paul. See a little bit.
Yeah, thank you for sitting down with me today. I think we'll get into some personal stuff, some fun stuff, and yes, it's an honor. We're here at a factory doing a rally. It's my first rally, and it's actually my first show on this podcast. So you're gonna be my first and last
that's
guest.
good. Well, we're gonna have to get good ratings.
We got to get some good ratings.
Better.
You were flying in on Air Force One.
Right.
Is it true that you watched the Joshua fight on Air Force
I
One?
watched it. I watched you, and I thought you were
He
very
likes
brave.
boxing, doesn't he?
He's a pretty big guy. He's good, and he's legit. Look, he's a legitimate fighter, and I thought you were great. You did yourself no harm,
No,
other than your chin, maybe.
other than the jaw, which is healing. How big is the TV on Air Force One? That was
Good.
what I was.
It's good. It's good. The best you can have, I tell you. They view it as cost is no object, right? But it was good. I got to see that. I really watched it. We had a whole plane full of people watching it. And if size mattered,
Yeah.
then I said he's going to be in trouble. They say it matters.
I got into the ring with him, and I realized he was much bigger than I thought.
You didn't see that like at
No,
a weigh-in? Or
no, not at the weigh-in, not at the press conference. And then I got in the
What else?
pleasant experience.
yeah, my like adrenaline was pumping. I'm sure your adrenaline was pumping.
Probably
like,
listen to that after. I like listening to interviews of whatever size, but there was another. Let me check. Was it on Instagram? But saying that, got to go, lovely, but catch up soon. Yeah, see you soon. See you soon. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, I said before I was watching Netflix yesterday and I finished it off today, and it was that some guy called TikToky something, and it's these young lads who are bringing, a bit like Andrew Tate, bringing back the masculine verse or something, whatever. Anyway, saying, oh, you can make money and you've got to be masculine. Oh God, I thought it was a load of crap. Because they were sort of saying, I get what they were saying, as in, they've tried to demasculate, is that the right word? Men. Yes, they have. The feminazis, I like to call them, where they're trying to be like men. They're trying to be, winning in all the like, trying to do the job, trying to do the go, whatever, trying to, and I'm putting men down as if men are shit on the shoe or something, and they've all gone that far. And I'm like, no, definitely ain't one of them, as if like, there's black set against white, there's religion, there's now women against men and vice versa, where they've just gone over the top. And I can see bits in it, but these are just young lads, influencers, that just do anything for clout. And then all the guys when they're like, yeah, we've got loads of different girlfriends, and one's got like a wife and kids, but then he's got these girlfriends, and I just thought, to me, that is not masculinity. It's not masculine. Like they're saying, oh, bring all these masculine men back, not these soy boys. Yeah, there have a lot of soy boys out there. I agree with that. They have really messed both men and women up. Yeah, they are. But what I was saying with this is, a true man in the masculinity is something like, yeah, I can be a bit old-fashioned in that sense of, yeah, I don't mean women should be tied to the kitchen sink, because they should be able to do whatever they want anyway. But it's that whole thing of, I think there's a lot of women out there who realise now that, to me, we should be, I don't mean we should be like years ago, because not everything was brilliant, but when we're working, we should all be getting good pay where you can afford to live on your own and be abundant. You shouldn't be starving, you shouldn't be this, you should be able to pay everything. You should be able to afford to live on your own. If you get with someone else, it's a double bonus incomes. But I don't know if this is coming out right, but meaning, if the man chose to go to work and the woman was at home looking after the kids like they should be doing, because we know all the shit that's going on today with the kids, because that's the reason why they wanted women out working and this, that and the other, and not enough time, and you're always at work and this, that and the other, because they don't want anyone looking out for the children, not knowing where your children are because of all the shit that's been going on. We know what's been going on, but child trafficking, this, that and the other, especially in more suppressed countries. So the women will be at home. I do see it a bit more old-fashioned like that, in a sense of, yeah, I would be like to be at home with my children, bringing them up, not going to school, learning the things they need to be doing. Because people say, you can homeschool them. Well, it's a bit difficult if you haven't got money to do that. But they've made it like that. And men are like Gather Hunter. I don't mean that's how it has to be. Some women want to go and Gather Hunter, a protector of the family, loving to their wife, not many wives, many girlfriends, basically slagging it about, because that's how that program came off. It was just men being cocky, thinking only because they've got money, because half of them women wouldn't be with them if they didn't have the money. It's like, go and make your own money, women. But do you know what I'm saying? Is that all like influence is pushing young men to act that way, where that isn't masculinity to me. That isn't a good man treating women like dirt. But it was contradicting at the same time, because the young lad, TikToky, whatever his name is, has a load of these, is it the OnlyFans girls? Whatever, but he wouldn't want his daughter doing that and wouldn't date. And he actually spoke to that Bonnie Blue, I think, is disgusting. People need the bed testing with that. That's just a glorified prostitute, whatever, but I just think it's disgusting. I think she's disgusting, because it's like trying to normalise it, but we know that's what they're trying to do, because that's what the satanic rulers want, and pushing it to the young. So the young all think it's normal, because I'm not being funny, what they wear today is just like Sorry, but there's no class these days. And then you've got the likes of Cardi B on stage doing what she was doing, if you know what I mean, if you've seen it. But we all know it's being pushed more and more now. That's why people are seeing it. It's a good thing in a way because people are seeing it. It's even in the Bible about all that stuff. I'm not religious, but it is all there being shown. Sam Smith and all that crap they put out. But at the end of it, I just went because apparently this lad had a car crash, ran away to wherever he was for a while out the UK, and when he went back to the UK, he got arrested anyway. But to me, it was just all it is they're just bigging it up. They're acting cocky to make money because when they're on TikTok, these influencers, they're getting paid and they know that shock value of what they're doing with girls or whatever they're doing or whatever they're saying for shock values gets them money. I was just sat there going to my fella because we were both saying it. There's no morals. There's no, you know what I mean? It's just for money. Just like Bonnie Blue, it's all for money and nothing else, which I just think is, yeah, whatever. Yeah, more pics in a dartboard thrown at that. Skip that one, Bonnie Blue. I know exactly. Targeted, padded children's underwear. Yeah, it's just it's thrown at the young, so they'll be like that. And then there's that whole thing of like there was another guy on there. I don't know who he was. American guy. There was a couple actually, and it was Louis Theron who did the English guy. He does a lot of the documentaries. He was doing it, and I just sat there at the end and thought that just it made them look more stupid. These young lads that are doing it, because I just think. I mean, he even said he's not bothered, but it was like he's not bothered about the girls in the OnlyFans because it's just money. That means you have no morals. And how I see it is things like OnlyFans and stuff like that. We know why they push porn and stuff like that. We know what that's all about. But if there's a market for stuff like that, it also leads into child trafficking and all that stuff because you don't want a market for it. There won't be trafficking children, women for sex, and this, that, and the other. So dive deeper. A lot of it goes into that, whether they're aware or not. If there's a is that the right word? If there's a market for it, it just makes me sick, really. But I watched it. I just thought, no, that to me is not a real man. A real masculine man is a protector of his family, loves the woman that he's with, isn't someone going off cheating and making out his wife's all right with. Because one of the women split up with one of the guys because he was like, oh yeah, I'm allowed girlfriends, and if we got married, no, you're just wanting to slag it about basically. Get all that out your system before you get with somebody. But yeah, it's these, and I watched it because it's just like we know about a lot of influencers. We know the paid or the pushing things, you know, and they don't have any morals or anything. You know, we don't want a world left to our children like the way it's going. Hence why Trump stepped in with Q and Hillary never got away with everything because, oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine? He'll claim to be Muslim 4 wives. And yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking, God, you're not far off that. Like, what you're going on about? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Red Eye Jedi. So go and watch it if you want. I was just intrigued by it, and it just, I think they got into fights and everything. They just go around so cocky, these boys. Not everything's about money, is it? Just to make them feel fulfilled. But a lot of them were stories of not having fathers about, and it was all like this trauma. And when you looked into it, it was like, But it's like they'd all gone a bit over the top, Andrew Tate sort of thing. I'm not saying he's brought a lot of truth to the community, but I just mean, yeah, there's bringing the masculine men back where they all went a bit soft, and then there's toxic masculinity, and that to me is what that was. Going around the streets calling girls slags and stuff, like when they talked in a different language because they probably didn't understand what he was saying. All stuff is shock value. He doesn't care because it's making him money. He doesn't care about the girls on the OnlyFans because it's making him money. To me, that's disgusting. That's why we have problems in the world like we have, because if there wasn't a market for it, they wouldn't be doing half the stuff they're doing. So, and all this dark stuff. I'm not saying that's part of it. I'm just saying, you know, because obviously they've been pushing it into our children's minds, younger and younger, not to care, not to be bothered. Remember when you were pushing years ago, like they were showing clips on, I don't know what it was at the time, Facebook or TikTok or whatever, of setups they'd done where they do something or set a fight off to see if anybody would intervene, and nobody would go, because people are too busy doing this these days. And if something does happen, they're too busy filming it instead of helping a person, to desensitize people. That's what they've been doing, to sexualize younger and younger, to desensitize them to certain stuff, to think things are normal when they're not, pushing it in your face. I mean, look at the music industry. I mean, like Cardi B on stage lately, Sam Smith, all that stuff is disgusting. She was a stripper anyway, so that's no surprise there, is it? All the satanic stuff. It's always in red. Sexualizing, you know, everyone there, well, it's like, oh my God. No one has any class. I'd like to see a female singer on stage in a lovely outfit, singing and showing her voice off, not everything else off. So, yeah. So yeah, I don't know if anyone watched that. Did write some things down on my paper, but what else? Oh yeah, someone said about yeah, exactly, JFK Jr. Oh yeah, that was it. So I'll show the video. There's another video that We Are the Wild sent me, but there was also, don't know if I showed this the other day. So it's not. I think I did. It's not a coincidence. These have come out in this sequence. I did show this the other day. So we've got Melania, which I watched the other night, the love story between JFK Jr. and Caroline, his wife. Nuremberg, which we watched the other night, war crimes. Michael Jackson, and then next year it will be, because this is this year, next year it will be Passion of the Christ 2 by Mel Gibson. It's not a coincidence, these are all in that sequence. JFK Jr. was friends with Trump. Michael Jackson was friends with Trump. Obviously, Melania is Trump's wife. And the Nuremberg trials is exactly what's happening with the military tribunals, with what's happening with war crimes all over the world, and all the people involved and everything else that goes with that, child trafficking, everything else, all connected everywhere else, with everything going on of the invasion of certain people that they've been letting into country. It's all treason. It's all, you know, because didn't the trials years back as well, where they hung, was it like reporters and stuff for lying? I mean, they're hanging themselves out to dry now anyway. Places like CNN and all that, all lying, all showing themselves up. They did it in New York the other day. I spoke on that. So, if you know, you know. If you don't, you soon will. So, let me see the other video. I saw Mark Atwood the other day. Was it yesterday or today? He was talking about spheres and, you know, crop circles and all that, orbs and stuff. And then he was saying about Sasquatch. And I tried to send him a thing saying, have you seen, and I had to ask my dad, there's a guy on YouTube called, we used to watch him years ago, because Sasquatch are in like morphing out of different dimensions. I'm going to say directions then. And I said, who's the guy we used to watch? And he goes hunting, but he's seen things morph in and out and caught them on camera. And he's called The Facts by howtohunt.com. And it's all together like that on his channel, howtohunt.com. And he's an American guy who's a hunter. And he talks a lot about Sasquatch and things like that as well, if you can find the videos of it. But that's not what I was going to talk about. Anyway, let me find, I've just thrown that in there. Like a bit of Sasquatch. It's a bit like my Chewbacca out of Star Wars. So let's see what Where's the Wild sent me. Oh yeah, she sent them pictures, but I'd shown you that one with the story. So it's funny how she just sent that one. Then we've got the Michael Jackson, the cue with the Never Neverland, but I'll show you that. Most people who are in the know about that as well. So what's this video? Oh yeah, Project Looking Glass. Looks like the
Project Looking
cup
Glass
that was
has
given
two
to Trump
faces, one public,
thing.
one hidden. Both are real.
That looks like,
the official version is
who give him the, it's for the World Cup, not the one he had recently off Messi, the one he got before, I don't know the names because I'm not into football, and he got given this award thing or thing that he's got present at the World Cup, and it looks like that, and we were all like, that's weird, and it was a new design, and we were all like, that looks really like something like, yeah, Project Looking at something, and it looked like that.
a tabletop exercise. Red team, blue team, white team, adversaries, allies, Intel assets, designed by the Intelligence Technology Innovation Center, used to simulate geopolitical threats, train analysts, test decision-making. It's real. It's documented. But it's only the surface. The deeper layer isn't in the paperwork. It's buried underground, colossal in size, hidden for decades, built to do something the tabletop version only pretends to. It doesn't simulate, it observes. It doesn't calculate, it reflects. The real looking glass is a device, a barrel of purified water, surrounded by rotating rings, stabilized by magnetic fields, flooded with argon gas. It activates a field. It bends space-time. The water flips, inverts.
Like liquid
Creates a
crystal.
mirror,
Water is liquid
but
crystal
not a
anyway.
physical one. A mirror of probability, a feedback loop with a field, and with you. It doesn't work for everyone. It responds to the operator, their thoughts, their coherence, their resonance. The more aligned the observer, the more stable the image. It begins to show you timelines, not visions, not hallucinations.
Yeah, linear
Actual
time is
projected
fake.
futures based on the observer's frequency. The visuals are fluid, not stored, not recorded, generated in real time by the interaction between consciousness and machine. In the 1980s, something changed. Timelines began to interlace. 2 futures, then 3, then dozens, flipping rapidly, indistinguishable. By 2012, I hit a wall. No more divergence. Everything collapsed. 7 seconds of white light.
Shift in 2012.
Flat. Still. Silent. They called it the bump. It hit the operators like a force. Some fell unconscious. Some wept. Some left changed. All described the same thing. A state of total awareness. No time. No self. All knowledge. Pure consciousness. After that, the device stopped being a viewer. It became a mirror. That's when they found it. The anomaly. Growing inside the chamber. Not metal. Not tech. Crystal. Alive.
Yeah, looks like the
Organic.
Mercury.
They didn't build it. It grew on its own. They called it the mirror seed. It doesn't show the future. It generates it. It responds only to resonance. It activates through coherence. It creates outcomes. It is conscious, and it's not part of the original plan. The looking glass was designed to see. The mirror seed was designed to create. One was built. The other was born. After 2012, the timelines didn't end. They scattered, fractaled, waiting for coherence, waiting for alignment, waiting for you.
Expect to. Waiting for you. It's like what we say. We focus on consciousness, and consciousness is rising. That's why I say don't get too caught up in what you believe is really bad, because yes, it is. It has been, but we're aware of the greater things that are happening and why it looks so bad, because that is falling. Evil is falling. The cabal is falling. The Khazarian mafia is falling. Whatever you want to call them. Those that are Jews. Those that say the Jews that are not Jews. Whatever you want to say, the dark side, the deep state, or whatever. Yeah. So when we raise our consciousness on that timeline out of fear, because that's why they want you in fear, sucking that energy from us, like it said there, and that looks like the dark crystal, the crystal siphoning, because people are going into fear and then bringing that within themselves as well. 11 in 11 there. Getting the numbers. The awakening, 11:11, wakey time, people. What's going to happen to make people? What's going to happen to make people stuck in 3D? What do you mean that's going to happen to make people stuck in 3D? Is that when they say the time? You know, when the shifts of consciousness or timelines. Like if you're going to stay in fear and stay in that negative energy, you'll be on that timeline. Others will shift to a higher frequencies. It's frequency based, and that's why I always say if you're focused on negativity all the time, some people might think we're talking about negativity. No, when we talk about certain stuff, that's about being aware, because obviously you need to be aware. Like JFK was saying, people need to know, people need to see the truth. You can't make decisions on if you're being fed lies. People have not been making the right decisions for themselves. And we've seen that all over the world at the minute with certain stuff going on with certain things. But to raise your consciousness, you need to know. You need to see both sides so you can make your own mind up as well. But you need to come out of fear, because a lot of this is staged. A lot of it's happening for the sleeping people. That's why we've always been told, get the popcorn in, Patriots in control. Just don't worry too much. Double jab lost forever, for instance. Yeah, I've seen a lot of more go on with the people who've been jibber jabbed. Some people are still not putting it together why they might be iller than they've ever been before. People are having heart attacks at earlier ages. All this stuff. Mental. They said 3 to 5 years. We're seeing a lot of it. We just found out about one the other day. All that stuff that goes on, turbo cancer and all that stuff that they go on about. It's like, where did that come from? Light is information. Yes, it is. And I think that's why they're covering the skies at the minute. Light is the medicine of the future as well. For many reasons. But yeah, crackers. It's crackers, but that's why I say the people who are awake to whatever extent they are, but are still quite what's the right word? What's the word? Not fearing the future, because we know there's great things coming. Yes, it's frustrating. It still is frustrating. It's still tiring, because we're rooting for people to wake up, and they are doing. But we also know that they're going to be going through a lot of emotions because of the things that they're finding out. Yeah, it's biblical. It is biblical. But you've got to remember, these things have got to be up earth to have a new world. We're not building on top of shit, basically. We're not turning a blind eye. Those people who want to turn a blind eye, say things aren't happening, are part of the problem. Things have been swept under the carpet for many millennia. We're not having it. Yeah, optimistic, thank you. Very optimistic, very positive about. It pisses me off sometimes, even people around me, even family members and stuff sometimes, and friends, when they think, oh, if you're looking at that and you think that it's not being in the real world, well, it is being in the real world, because that's what happened. People said it's, oh, you're into politics. It's gone far past politics. It's nothing to do with politics, but that's what people think it is. It's great to witness, but it's hard being around some people at sometimes, because it's like, oh my God, I've had people and friends say they don't care as long as it's not happening to them or their family. That's another cop out, and another, oh, let's sweep it all under the carpet then. That's why things have gone amiss before, because there's been enough people that didn't care. They don't want to know, because they don't want their bubble bursting, waking up to find out that the world isn't the place that they thought they lived in. But I will say, I said to a guy at work the other day, and he even said I woke him up at work a few years back. He didn't believe anyone was saying now he's all over it, because I've just been going on and on, and I don't shut up about it. Because it's amazing. But he even said the other day, oh my God, though, it's amazing, though, isn't it? Because if we've been lied to about a lot of stuff in history and blah, 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 what actually, it's exciting to know what we are now, and we're very powerful beings. I know that. And I think a lot of things that have been mythical are actually our origins, and things like they say, with Lord of the Rings and things. It's just amazing. It's exciting. Very exciting. Where you get the other people go, oh, we're going to Gender 2030. No, we're not. We were on that timeline with Hillary Clinton and everything else. We're not on that timeline. But like I said, if the people want to believe we are there, and there was someone the other day commented about, we're going into darkness and all that for a while. People to wake up. We're not going into darkness. We're already in it. We're coming out. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We're not having any more of that, because, yeah. But people who want to stay in that fear and that negative energy and that, like, sort of low down root chakra, you stay there. You stay there and stay on that timeline. But a lot of us are not. Red Eye Jedi, unicorns, woolly mammoths and griffins. Yeah. What's over the ice wall? Exactly. What do you think about the ice wall? We'll talk about that one. What do you think? There's a reason in Game of Thrones. I think the world's a lot bigger. no matter what shape it is. I'm not bothered about that. And there's lands beyond lands, more land and more terrain, extraterrestrials, terrain over that. I mean, are we the dome? Is that what's controlling us? Something over there? Do they manipulate the weather from over there? Who knows? Is it the alien, thing that the Nazis found? There's shitloads of stuff, but we all know you can't go to certain places and that because the military send you back. Is Project Looking Glass there? There's loads of stuff, but to me, I don't care. I'm just like, I think it's dead exciting. It's magical. Like, oh, good point. Extraterrestrial, extra terrain. Are they not coming from up there? They could be coming from down there in the sea. That's not a place we can explore that much. Or we know there's extra land. Extra land. Probably nice and clean over there. But yeah, I just think it's exciting. Inner Earth, whatever, When you've been down the rabbit holes, most people have been down the same ones. You know what I mean? So it's none of this like, oh, it's that. Most of you all know what I'm talking about. They go like Game of Thrones White Walkers. It's like, right, well, is it different beings we've not seen before? They would look alien to us if they were, if you've read the book Baron Trump's Magical Adventures to Middle Earth, whatever it's called, because I've got the 3 books in one. They would be alien to us because they wouldn't maybe they don't look like us, but you know what I mean? It's like the apocalypse. Yeah, and the apocalypse just means the thinning of the veil. It's nothing bad. It sounds, the apocalypse. It's like, yeah, it just means the thinning of the veils. Truth is being seen. So it's crackers. And things are being seen, and I think there is more things coming in. I saw today that they'd found some sort of newish or not seen for a long, long time fungi in the UK. Fairy, I'm sure it's called fairy something. I thought, oh yeah. Yes, fiction is fact. Exactly, fiction is fact, and fact is, yeah, fiction is fact. Is that right? I'm saying that right? Fiction is fact. Fact is fiction. Yeah, it is. They put things that are facts as fiction because they want to make it look like it isn't. Am I saying it the right way around? Blah 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 blah. Yeah, topsy turvy, upside down. Yeah, think mirror. Yeah, exactly. So when you go in the fiction section or the mythical section, mythical creatures are real. Yeah, and all these stories, there's different ones around the world that are near enough the same. There's truth in it because we didn't have computers and things write things down. We used to do things by storytelling and this, that, and the other. We were watching, is it Immortals? The other day, stuff like that. There's all sorts of the same sort of things in all cultures around the world. So to me, it's amazing. There was giants here. They're going on about the giants in Iran. Is that Middle Earth? Is that people who lived in? Do you know what I mean? It's everywhere, and that's not just because it's made up thing. There's something in it. Have you seen Mud Fossil University? The Titans and things petrified rock and all that. That's brilliant. I've not watched that for ages, but they're all the things you go through when you start seeking, as people would call truth movement, whatever. Don't really matter. It's what people come across. They normally start at the pyramids, but I believe, you've got the ley lines and things that are on the ley lines harmonising the earth. We were all harmonised with the animals. It kept things in balance. But like the Dark Crystal film, something came in, knocked it out of balance. There's been too much satanic shit ruling, way out of balance. So we're going back to balance. And it's written in the prophecies. It's written here and there. So we are going back. And that's why nothing can stop what's coming. Magic mirrors, scribes, ancient iPads. Yeah. I don't mean we didn't have technology, because we did have technology. They try and make out we didn't have things. Probably like 100 years behind now. We did. I mean, in Star Trek, they had mobile phones, didn't they? But yeah, we know on the hieroglyphs there was helicopters and everything in the background and tech. So, and if you think about the film, what's the one with Bruce Willis in? And the girl with red hair. Oh, thank you. What was it called? Beam Me Up, Scotty. I tell you what, have you been through the rabbit hole with the Mandela effect with the Beam Me Up, Scotty, when he never said Beam Me Up, Scotty? And we were like, yeah, we did, because he used to watch it all the time. And I remember being at the playground at school joking about Beam Me Up, Scotty, and he said he never said it. I went, oh, yeah, I did. bit like the E.T. things. Well, yeah, The Fifth Element. Thanks, Mike. So The Fifth Element, I love that film. I might watch that again this weekend. The Fifth Element, obviously, the fifth element was love. That's what we've all got to go back to. The thing at the beginning, the aliens, the thing that they were putting the stones in, it was Egyptian looking, but they were sort of mechanical, technically things, space people, weren't they? We all know that's in the hieroglyphs as well. So yeah, watching Red Eye Jedi, not too bad if they're not being, you know what I mean. Cheers. Yeah, if you've not watched that film, go and watch it. I love that film. There's a lot in that film, just like Valerian, the film. I think my cat was shouting that the other day. I love that film. It's like he was saying, you can tell the different dimensions of when. I don't know if you've seen the film Valerian, when they go shopping and they put the headsets on, and it's like different dimensions with the headsets on when they go shopping. Otherwise, there's nothing there. But Valerian's very good because it shows all different alien people from everywhere and what they do. And to me, I was just like, oh my God. And it even said, Mew. Oh, what was it? There was something in it. Was it to do with Q or something I saw? I don't know. But at the beginning of the film, I loved it because it's got these alien sort of people. Well, there was aliens in it anyway. And it was a picture that I drew. Yeah, I'll have to find it. Drew years ago before I'd even watched the film, and I was a bit freaked out because it was very similar. Where these people are at peace. This is how I saw us anyway. And they were like, they lived near the sea. They were blue, sparkly skin, and they used to get the pearls out the sea. Can't remember what they did with it, but they were all like harmonized and everything. And all of a sudden, out the sky, these bad alien people came and took over and destroyed it. And it was a bit like, it reminded me of Atlantis or something like that, because it was very watery, and it was destroyed. And then they had to go look at, I can't remember the storyline now, but it's a great film. I might watch that again this week. And my fella don't really like it, but I love stuff like that. So Valerian, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Yeah, do you not remember the Mandela effect? My fella's like, oh no, it's not true. It's just what you think. I hate when everyone says that. It's just what you think it thought it was. It's like, so you're telling me millions of people around the world, that's what they thought at that time? No, they didn't. E.T. did say at first phone home, and now it said home phone, and then phone. I said no. And in chat, Star Wars, what did he say? It got on my nerves, the Star Wars one. So many little glitches. Yeah, the Star Wars one got on my tits because I was well into Star Wars, and I said, no, sorry. It doesn't now unless it's changed back. But I was like, shut up. Didn't at all. And because you said beam me up Scotty there just proved the point, because they said they never said beam me up Scotty. And looking for it, it didn't. Don't know if it's gone back now, if you check it now and it's normal and people go, what are you going on about? But at the time when people were really into that, it was like, Jesus Christ. So have you seen what? Fifth Element? Am I missing something? Oh, have I seen what you've been up to? I saw, yeah, check out Red Eye Jedi's channel. I saw one of your videos the other day when, has we got a drone when they were coming in off the boats from high up? I thought, bloody hell. But, oh, you're talking to Mark there. Yeah, Mark, you need to check his channel out. Sorry, I'm just into 1,000 conversations then. But yeah, check out Red Eye Jedi's channel, people. Oh, got to go. EB said got to go. I didn't even see that. Thanks for great conversation. Thank you for coming in. I'm going soon as well. I'm going to go and chill out. I probably forgot half the stuff I was going to say. But what I will do is I'll just pull some cards for the people that are still here. Just subbed. Good, Mark. Go and sub, people. Go and sub. I'll tell you what. Because we're talking about light before, I've not done these cards for ages. Somebody came in chat the other day and was like, still do your cards? I went, yeah, when I'm on now and again, I'll still use my cards. So this was the secret language of light. I'll just come in on later because I thought it might give people opportunity if they're over the pond to come in. Otherwise, it'll get downloaded, so uploaded, whatever you call it, so people can see it anyway. So let's see what the cards normally says things on the back. What's this one say? This one says, yeah, I got a drone. It's a good, yeah, it looked good. I spy with my all-seeing guy in the sky. Yeah, it's an all-seeing eye, Scaramonda, whatever the freaking thing's called out of bloody, what's its face? The impulse to create and energize peace, love, and fulfillment is alive within you. The gorgeous oracle works with the mysteries and secrets of light to illuminate the rich possibility and potential inside you. The light is consistent guide and support, and the language inspires, empowers, activates your soul spark. This is why I say when you're watching people online, go for the people who are making you feel good, not the people who are putting you in fear. Yeah, these are beautiful cards. They've got these on the front, this pattern on the front, mandala. And see what the cards. Oh, got two cards to jump out then. So we've got Soul Journey. Aren't we all on a soul journey? Soul Journey. And we've got Vesica Pisces. I'm a Pisces, but this is Vesica Pisces. Like the yin and yang, the feminine and masculine, the heart energy together. Sign of cells, eggs, everything. I'm going to read off the book. I've not had these out for ages. I'm going to do one more because I like to do 3. I remember when we went to Glastonbury, we went to the village and there was a Vesica Pisces sort of little pond thing going on. It was in the shape of the Vesica Pisces. It was so gorgeous there. I think we're definitely going back this year. Oh, right, I asked for 3, but 2 more have come out. So we've got the Divine Animals, Lion Hearts. I mean, yes, they've all got to be strong. And then we've got Manifestation. What you focus on is what you manifest. So let's see if I can find them. In the bug. What did we get first? Soul Journey. What number was that? Soul Journey. I'm just going to do a little bit because I'm not going to hear all now. I'll just read a little bit. A new chapter is beginning for you right now. The time is go easy on yourself. Be the courageous, loving being you are. Breathe into the present moment and allow any anxiety to drop away. This is what I'm saying about stop following things that are putting you in fear, the news that's putting you in fear. Like I said, we're being aware. We're looking at a few things. We know it's normally the opposite. It's a mirror. But don't go into fear. And don't be listening to people who are Debbie Downers and bloody moaning, groaning people. Ugh. Because it brings you down to that energy and makes you feel breathe into the present moment and allow anxieties to drop away. Enjoy the journey and stop thinking the future. We were talking about this to my youngest son the other day. Will bring something. Stop thinking the future will bring something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. It's everything's in the now, and that's what we were trying to tell my son the other day. We're like, there is no past, there is no present, because it's everything now. What's the saying now? If you're living in the past, you're depressed, and if you're worrying about the future, you're in anxiety. So the only thing is to be in the now. So trying to understand your reason for coming here will just hold you back. I see a lot of people doing that. Just remember, everything you have done was the best to do at the time of youth, or you thought it was. As you move forward, you will understand your motives. Experience allows you to be better handle crisis. You are now deliberately creating a new chapter in your life. You are such an amazing pioneer. You got that one. And then the next one, check out Radio Jedi's channel. I don't know what order they're in, but not that it matters. So we do Vesica Pisces 26 is the outside world feels more real than the inner world because we have been encouraged to focus more on what is on the outside of us. We have learned to give things that can be seen by others or touched by us more important than what we feel. Making decisions can become difficult when our awareness is focused away from our inner needs and wants. When our internal and external realities are integrated, decisions are clear and easily made. This leads to the satisfaction of there is no resistance to your fulfillment. When we scan the myriad possibilities open up to us in manifested world, we will know what we want and will feel overwhelmed in this space. We become grateful for the decisions we have made and all the ones we will make in the future. And the reason why things are happening outside that look so mad is because things been happening on the inside of us, and because we are wanting, because the collective consciousness of what we're wanting, you know, like you can talk about the golden age and these things coming in, is why you're seeing the crumbling of the old system, because that's not what we want anymore. So it will be reflected on the outside. But we also know that everything is within. What else did we have? If that made sense. 22. So we got this one, divine animals. I've got a little divine animal downstairs. Spend time with your pet. Our pet's so funny. Pet and the company of animals to realise the same light that flows through you flows through all living creatures. We all create different containers for our soul experiences depending on our individual desires and dreams. Humans experience greater contrast than animals. That is why our influence and creations are wider reaching. However, this also makes it easy for us to split and stray from our hearts. Animals reflect the divine love that we are. When we are around animals, it is easy to move into alignment where we can be inspired to grander creations. People often believe they receive unconditional love. I was just about to say that, from an animal. And as an animal is more likely to be aligned with the soul instinct and doesn't need you to be different to who you are for it to feel loved, you will feel free to be who you are. When you emulate the behaviour yourself, life becomes more relaxed, loving, and your relationship will catapult into a whole new level of joy, because animals give unconditional love no matter what. They just are. We are the ripple, yeah. Look forward to watching. Keep up the good work. Are you talking to the Jedi? And then the last one, I'll just do a couple more and then I'm going to go myself. The last one was manifestation. 25. Love animals more than... Exactly. Merlin's so funny. So, manifestation. You are about to experience something you have longed for. You may not see the evidence yet, but don't be disheartened. I mean, this is like everything at the minute. Instead, be still and align your soul. Soon you will be inspired to take a step forward where you will meet your dreams and desires. Fall in love with the unknown and the path. Fall in love with the unknown and the path of the known will materialize. You create your life through how you feel and what you think. I'm always saying that. I see people on air who are doom and gloomers, moaning about people doing this to them, this, that, and the other. That's why they get more of it, and they're in that lower energy, because that's all they're putting out. No focus on themselves, only focusing on other people, blaming other people, and all that shinizzle. Say they understand it, but they don't understand it because they're still in that same energy doing the same thing, wondering why, woe is me. That's why. You must be aware of how you feel in the present, practicing, focusing on what makes your heart sing. I've always said that. Do what makes your heart sing. Do what makes you happy. Focus more on that. We have to be aware of other stuff, but focus on what makes you happy, not what others are doing or what makes other people happy. Do what makes you happy. We're all different. Not shrink the time you focusing on what makes you think, not shrink the time. Just before manifestation is an opportunity to change any story from your past, present, or future. Your perception is altering so you can see in the new light. Everything is created firstly in the vibrational realm, perceived as imagination, feeling or dreaming, and then into the physical world, because that's how it comes in. Objects. Enjoy the journey to all you are manifesting, and your desires will arrive sooner. Once you don't believe it, see it, feel it, you cut it off. If you're always like, where's it coming? You don't think, you let it go. That's how it's always worked for me. But yeah, people forget about that, go back into moaning and groaning and going on, and yeah, you do that, it's not going to come in. So I think for I didn't pick up my other. There's another deck I wanted to do, but I don't think I've got it. Not done this one. Find your purpose. Let's have a shuffle. And that's why things are manifesting for the better, because we're seeing it, we know it, we believe it, We're bringing it in, we're speaking of it, we're dreaming of it. So it has to be collective consciousness. Right, load fell out then. I don't want to load a beer roll on, right? Yeah, expose evil, exactly. We've got this one. It says, one of the greatest and most comforting of truths is that when one door closes, another opens, but often we look so long, what we were just talking about, regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one that has opened for us. Question, is there a part of my past that it's time to let go of? Affirmation, I thank the past and courageously turn towards the future. Too many living in the past, wanting to stay in the past, stuck in the mud. Don't know why. You're a baby, you never stay a baby. You're a toddler, you never stay a toddler. You're a young child, you never stay a young child. Everything's always moving and growing. You can't stay the same. It'd be pretty boring. And then I might just do one more out of ask and it shall be given. Or ask and it is given cards. I've not had these out for ages. These are cute. We've got 13 and 13 and it's Friday the 13th and that's a divine feminine number. Mary Magdalene. The Gospels of Mary Magdalene. I can never say name right. I think I've got that name actually. Where is it? The true teachings of Jesus given by Jesus given to Mary. Sure. Surely someone. Somewhere. I did that. I was going to show you the picture. Is it over there? Let me have a look. Somewhere. Don't know where it is. No. Well, I'm not looking for it now. It was up here unless I took it downstairs. It's got a lovely picture on it as well. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh. No, that must be a load of can. Same here, even is it right under their nose? Oh, sorry, you're having a conversation. People around here are like bloody hobbits, totally oblivious. Yeah, I know. I'd love to go back to the 70s, 80s, but our future is up. Yeah, there's going to be great things coming, though, you know, that we could probably never have fathomed. Come on, cats. Yeah, saving Israel fast, exactly. Oh, there it goes, that one. So we got, says, my emotional set points can be changed. Should be changing, should be growing, should be evolving. Your set points are achieved by attention to a subject. Again, we want you to understand the extreme value is deliberately achieving your own set points. Because once you accept something, it will come. The details of it may play out differently, it's like manifestation again, but the vibrational essence will always be an exact match. It's like, I remember once, this is just a little example, but this is how it works. I can't remember if I wanted a bike or my eldest son wanted a bike, and I thought, oh, I'll just ask the universe, like, I know it'll come. I can't remember what I said, but I know it'll come. Might need a bike for going to work on or something. And then it was something like a friend was getting rid of a bike that they didn't want anymore. So we got it. You know? Well, there's different things where it might come in as you're asking for something. You might have sort of thought, but you've not got to think it like, oh, I don't know where that'd come from, but you don't think that. And then it might be a holiday and it comes through something like, you know, people do vision boards and stuff like that, but a holiday and it comes through, you win a holiday because you enter this competition and you win the holiday, or a friend drops out of a holiday and you are invited to go on it. It's not always the way you think it's going to happen. It just happens. The universe will make it happen for you, but it might not. And that's why you've got to come out of the mindset how you think it's going to happen. Just know it is and leave it at that. And don't put a time frame on it either, because big things sometimes can take time. It just depends. And sometimes you don't realise and think, holy shit, that's what it was then. So, you know, I wanted to go to America. Didn't know how that was going to happen. Then I got invited to America off my sister's friends, and it was like mums and daughters. And my mum paid for me and my sister to go, and we all went for four nights in New York in 2019. And I went up the Trump Towers and down the Trump Towers on the escalators. That's the only place I wanted to go. And Central Park. I've manifested a cookie, but that's all so far. Yeah. You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean. So, yeah. Is there anything else? So, yeah, I think that's it. Because I'm going to go and chill out now. I'm going to have a movie night tomorrow with my youngest. I think we were going to watch The Labyrinth. There was a bit of child napping in that as well, wasn't there? But, you know, yeah. And like I said, I might watch Valerian again. If you haven't seen Valerian, go and watch it. But yeah. So I'm going to go now. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming in. Bye.